A very good afternoon, everyone. This is Pieter Geldnys on the flip side, and today we are coming to you live from Phakisa Raceway for our first round of the Division 2 race today. The SRAC Super Polo Cup with our partnership with Phakisa Motor Trimmings. And we will get into that with some more detail. Today's proceedings will start off now with the qualifying that the guys are busy with, and after that the first race will then continue, and we'll take it from there, and we'll see how the proceedings will follow through the day, because it's going to be a full program. And yeah, before I say anything else, I've got Tommy Leary Moss with me in the commentating booth today. A very welcome to you, Tommy, and how does things look from your side?
Good evening, Uncle Peter. It's looking good. We've got a bit of a rainy weather here by us in Cape Town, but overall not too bad. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some good racing here in Division 2 today. It's a few new drivers that is joining us, as well as quite a few of the regular drivers. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen and how the drivers will be doing out there tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting day today, because the proceedings through the week went with the seeding and to see where to fit into what division. And let me tell you, the pace up top is quite rapid, and I'm looking forward to a good day's racing today.
Yeah, no, definitely having a look at the seedings the seeding service that was up for the guys to practice in, and then also the divisional seeding service, which determines in what division you'll be racing in. The times is extremely fast. Even in Division 2, the guys is doing very fast times. So it's going to be some quite interesting racing that's going to be out there tonight, and I'm extremely excited. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat as I'm watching the guys out doing their qualifying laps, as well as talking to you out here, Peter.
Yeah, as we can see there currently on screen, I've got the Division 2 drivers. There's a few names to mention there: Dane de Villiers, Joni Lee Moss, Stefan Kluter, Rudy van der Westhuizen, Carl Heidemann, Nico Smith, Charles Randall, Kian Goos, Gijsberg Nagel, Scott Heidemann, Matt Williams, Stanley Venter, and so we'll catch some more guys when they join the server. Just want to see if I can start getting our timing screens up and running and see where does the qualifying and how far what times does the guys put up so far yet.
Well, from my side, what I can see so far, the times is busy coming in. There's 6 drivers that has put in times yet so far for now. And then I think the fastest time for now that I can see here is a 1 minute 39.113 that is set by Diane de Villiers. So I'm pretty sure the times is still gonna get a bit faster as the guys get into it and puts in a bit more laps. There is still a few drivers that has not put in a valid time yet. However, I do see that our server at the moment has got 10 drivers that is busy doing qualifying for now.
I'm just switching over to the live views pictures coming through. Yeah, and as you correctly mentioned, Mr. De Villiers went quicker so far with the 139.1. Gijsberg Nagel there in 139.9 in second place so far.
If I have a bit of a look at the Division 1 guys and to the Division 2 guys so far, there is about a 3-second difference between, well, 2 to 3 second difference between the Division 1 and the Division 2 drivers' times at the moment. However, the times the people has been placed in the division according to the fastest lap time that they put up. So the slowest driver in Division 2 has a lap time just a little bit faster than the first or the top driver in Division 2. So it means that the range of lap times for Division 1 and 2 both ranges roughly between 1 minute 36.9 up until a 1 minute 40 to a 1 minute 41. That should be the time that you'll be looking at when it comes to the lap times from Division 1's top driver to Division 2's slowest driver.
I have to say it is some of these guys are very quick, and earlier in the week I took the Polo out at Phakisa, and just to get a feel of what the car does and how it goes. It is a very quick little car, and let me tell you, you have to be on it to drive it quickly. I really enjoyed the way that it handles, and I must say it was quite a nice experience for me to drive it around. I won't say what lap times I've done, as I'm surely rather commentate today than be one of those quick guys racing on the track today. But
let's face it, Peter. You are one of the well-known fast drivers that's out there, and for you to sit back and sacrifice your racing to do the streaming for SRAC means a hell of a lot to every one of us. And I just want to say thank you for that. And then please do share what was your lap time out there. I mean, it's not always a nice thing to know you're one of the fast drivers, but you can't be out on the track. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure you did run about a 136, 137.
okay, I will probably need to reserve, but I couldn't. I think I just, after a few outlaps, I probably was in the 138 somewhere, but yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time in there. Just got a feel of the car, and that's why I say, you know, rather to the preparation needed for these cars, which I saw the guys has been a immense time of preparation to get quick on and to see how you can get the most out of it. I just didn't have the time to actually put up a proper lap. But yeah, my hats off to the guys doing 136s and 137s. That is quite rapid.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I have a look at Basil, that's doing at the moment, or that was doing the fastest lap time out there in the practice servers. I mean, he was doing a 136, and he also did about 1,000 laps on the track. So, I mean, the more the guys put in the time to practice, the quicker they get. But this is not an easy track to drive. It's very tight, it's very fast, and there's not a lot of passing opportunities. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what the track holds for everyone out there tonight.
Yeah, no, totally agree with you. If you need to be at the top, you need to maintain and get those setups dialed in. And I have to say, hats off to the guys for taking the time and putting in time to do the preparation.
Yeah, no, definitely. It takes quite a bit of, how can I say it now, consistency, and you need to put in the time and the effort to get to the top of the leaderboard and the scoring points and the fastest lap times when it comes to the sim racing, as well as these cars in particular. It is not the best or the easiest cars to drive unless you do your setup properly and then get the feel of the car under the belt.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so currently we still have Dane de Villiers there in first place, and Kian Gous popped into second place. Scott Hardeman in third, and Johnny Lee Moss yeah, in fourth place.
If I can correct you on that one, Peter, it is actually Joni Lee Marcham. She got married about 2 years ago, and a lot of people still know her by Moss, but it's actually Marcham.
Okay, cool. Got
So it's still an M. You got the M right.
Great.
I see Kian now jumped up there to a 138.49 into the pole position for the qualifying for now. So he just moved up one spot into the lead there above Diane for the pole position of this race.
We've all focused on him now, and I think let's quickly hop onto him on in-car, see how Kian does it.
Well, just to give a little bit of a background, I think Kian is 16 years old. He is from Namibia. His father is quite well known in sim racing as well as normal motorsport in real life up in Namibia. So he's an up and coming driver. He's quite young and extremely talented. No matter what car you put him in, he takes a few laps and he gets used to the car. He works out his setup and he just gets in and goes. He's extremely fast out there, very consistent, and it's definitely someone to be watching out for in the upcoming races and also different leagues throughout the year and next year coming up.
Great bit of info there, Tommy. Thank you for that. Yes. Yeah, and with Melvin, sitting beside Kian, coaching and giving guidance, I think that's a valuable input source to have. And yeah, great job there for Kian. And like I say, we'll keep watching him. He is very quick. Currently still Kian then in first position there with Dayan in second place, Scott Heidemann and Joni in fourth, Gijsberg Nagel, Rudy van der Westhuizen, I think that is Stefan Kluter and Carl Heidemann and Matt Williams currently in the top 9 positions. I think how many people? Yeah, we've got 9 drivers on server.
Yeah, we lost the driver. I see we lost Rian. There he's back. Rian van der Westhuizen is now also back into the server again. So that will then now put us back into 10 drivers. And Rian should be in 6th position. So Rian is at the moment in 6th position. He disconnected from the qualifying server and then reconnected. I'm not too sure what happened there, but he is back in and putting in his laps.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I hope we sorted out these technical issues there, because we know our internet connections and sometimes it's a bit of a challenge for us. I see Stefan Kluter now about a half a second up on his delta. See if he can take it through to see how he can improve on his lap time. 0.6 coming onto the main straight. And this puts him up into 4th place. Well done.
Just to give a little bit of information on the YouTube channel, I see Johan has asked if this is tier 2 and how we are running the races. Yes, this is tier 2, or as we like to call it, division 2. They're busy with the qualifying, then we will go over into our first race, which will be a 15-minute race plus 1 lap. And then we will have our second race, which is a 17-minute race plus 1 lap. After which we will have a little bit of a break and then rejoin for tier 1 or division 1's race that will be coming up after that, also followed by a qualifying and then also a race 1 and 2. We will not be having a reverse grid like we usually had. We will be starting our second race in the positions where you finished your first race. And then obviously your first race is started in the position where you qualified.
Thank you for that one, Tom. Yes, yeah, as you can see, Phakisa Raceway, 11 corners. And we know Phakisa is very in the vicinity of the Welkom in the Free State. Like Tommy mentioned earlier, a technical track. But yeah, looking forward to some nice close battles today.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely gonna make for some close and nice racing. I'm pretty sure the drivers will be keeping it clean and trying to avoid contact wherever they can. But as we do know that it is sim racing as well as with real life racing, every now and then it tends to have a little bit of a bump here and there. But we do try and keep it as clean as possible out on the track.
Cool. Yeah, we will be right back. We're just switching servers to get race 1 underway. So we'll just go. Just want to play as our sponsors. Give them some shout out time and airtime there, and we will be right back after this.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Pull me back.
Great, thank you everyone. We are back and ready for the first race. As you can see, the cars are lined up on the start finish straight so far, and with about 40 seconds to go to get to the start of the race.
Well, sorry, Peter, for that. I just had a little bit of a notification coming from next door here by me saying that my car is standing on the grid. So I'm just going to be not doing anything, and hopefully it will throw me back to the pits on its own. Otherwise, I'll have to get out the way very quickly. But as far as I know, it should throw me back to the pits, which it's not. Okay, yes, it did. So I'm off the grid. I'm not in anyone's way. So let's get this going.
Okay, we are off racing, and now Kian has a good start there. See, the other guys are forming up three abreast there. It seems like they're getting the brake markers correctly, and we're off racing. Now 15 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. Kian had a good start there, followed by Stefan Kluter and Diane de Villiers in 3rd place currently. Is Scott Heidemann trying to get closer there to Diane? Scott just hitting that curb a little bit hard there, unsettling the car, which gives Diane a little bit of breathing room.
And I can see straight from the get-go, we've got Kian Gous that's under quite a bit of pressure there from Stefan at the moment, as they are fighting out in the front, already having a little bit of a lead over Diane, but I cannot throw him out of this race yet. These cars' tires does tend to go down quite quickly, and then it becomes a different ball game out on the track there.
I see further back down the line, Scott Heidemann is also pressurizing Rudy van der Westhuizen there, of Rian van der Westhuizen, sorry, Rian van der Westhuizen there for 4th place.
I'm not too sure what happened there, but we had a bit of a problem there in the mid-pack with Diane, and I think it was Rian that was involved there, that spun out a bit and went off of the track there. And I'm not too sure, but I see Joni Lee is entering the pits now. I'm not sure whether she might have a drive-through penalty. It seems like she has a drive-through penalty, just moving through the pits, and then she'll be rejoining the track again there as well. I think that might have been a jump start on the start there. I'm not too sure.
Yes, I think I did see a car moved forward before the lights went out, and yeah, she probably had some technical issues, maybe dropping the clutch a bit too early. But yes, unfortunately she had to do now a drive-through, and yeah, as we can see, Scott Heidemann pressurizing Rudy van der Westhuizen, and they're still for that 4th place, for 3rd place now. Stefan Kluter also jump very close to Kian.
Yeah, I see Rudy and Scott Heidemann is really having a nice battle with Gijsberg Nagel, that's also now joining into that fight. So I might be sticking on to them for a little while, just watching what's going to happen there, as Kian and Stefan has now got about a 2-second lead over the field, but Stefan is not letting Kian go, as he's trying to have a look up on the inside there of Kian, as I can see in the far distance, and actually was able to make the pass on Kian, but Kian is fighting right back there as Stefan runs wide off of the track into that kitty litter. And guys, just another thing, once you get into that kitty litter that's off the track, your car tends to stop dead. It's like running into a brick wall there with the car. So it's going to take some working for him to get back up into the field. It's quite sad to lose out on a position like that.
Yeah, totally. It must be quite frustrating as well. You're trying to get the pass and to defend the pass, and then you just forget where your brake marker are and they have a little off. But yeah, currently Kian still in 1st place. Rian van der Westhuizen still under pressure from Scott, therefore that 2nd place now. As we can see further, Dayan had a little problem in the previous lap. See if he can get closer to Matt Williams.
I'm not too sure whether Joni took a second drive-through penalty, because it now shows that she is one lap down. I'm not too sure whether the track is set to clear the jump start penalty, or what's going on, because it seems like she took a second drive-through penalty. I'm not too sure what's going on there. I'm gonna stick to her and watch a little bit what's going to happen on the server. And if it ends up being a little bit of a problem, it's going to be quite sad, because she did very well in the practice service as well as in the qualifying. She qualified in 5th position, but I do hope that it's nothing major and that everything will come right on that one again. I see there's position changes as well in the midfield, as Diane is now falling down 2 positions again, worked his way up there into 6th position and now dropping out all the way into 8th. Yeah, it seems like the drive-through penalty is not getting cancelled. She's pulling into the pits again for the 3rd time now. I'm not too sure what's going on there. We're gonna have to have a look at the track and see if it actually allows her to clear the drive-through penalty. Otherwise, it's gonna unfortunately disconnect her off of the server, and she'll be losing out on this race.
Now that will be very unfortunate, as you say, putting on all those laps and then a technical issue hampering from you to make any progress in the race. Now currently we still have Kian Goos in 1st position, and we've got Rudy van der Westhuizen now in 2nd place. Some issues happening to the other guys, and also, as we remember, Stefan went wide and went off track. Scott Heidemann now in 3rd place and Carl Heidemann in 4th place. The battle still for 6th place between Diane de Villiers and Rian van der Westhuizen, is also now hotting up again.
Well, we still have a very nice midfield battle going here between Matt, Kyle, Diane and Rian van der Westhuizen. These 4 cars is sitting bumper to bumper, as Diane is now trying to have a look up on the inside of Kyle Heidemann as they're going there into turn 1. Late on the brakes, as Rian also comes very late on the brakes, trying to make a move, but unfortunately loses it out there in the corner, hitting the inside barrier with that car, joining the track in a safe manner and gets going again. But Diane and Kyle is still having a very nice battle there for the 5th position, as Diane runs a little bit wide and Kyle trying to have a look up on the inside, but not getting the drive out of turn 2, as they're now going into that 3rd corner. I'm not too sure what the names of the corners are. I don't know the track that well. Further up, still Kian makes a bit of a mistake running wide, now letting Rudy and Scott going through. He drops down from 1st into 3rd position. You can now see where the tires plays a big role, where you start losing your grip and you need to start adjusting your brake bias as well as your braking points on the car, because as soon as this thing starts losing the tire grip, it becomes very slippery out there and you can make a lot of mistakes very quickly.
It seems like the cars doesn't like the curbs, and unsettling the cars will just get it into a spin situation. And yes, like we saw there, what could happen if you're having to ride too much curb.
Yeah, no, the moment I've noticed in the practices as well, the moment you come out of a corner and you ride the curb just that bit too much or just in the wrong way, it throws the car completely off and it unsettles it completely, and then you end up spinning out or you'll go off the track and hit the wall. So it's very difficult and tricky to hit the curb just at the right spot where you need to hit it. Okay, it seems like Oh no, there it happens now, where Joni gets disconnected from the server due to that drive-through penalty that disqualified her from the race. It is very unfortunate and very sad that that had to happen.
Now with about 5.5 minutes to go, Rudy van der Westhuizen still in first place. Scott Heidemann about 2.5 seconds down the road, and Kian Gous getting up to speed again in third place, about a second behind Scott Heidemann.
Yeah, I see. Rudy's got a very comfortable lead at the moment with about a 2.5 second gap between him and Scott. And then there's again about another second gap between Kian and Scott. So if he can just keep his head clear and maintain his consistency on the car, I'm pretty sure that he can get this one in the bag and take the win for, I think this will be his first win for sim racing. And he's quite new to sim racing. He's been doing it for about 3 or 4 months. So he's also still very new and learning the tracks and learning the cars and getting used to actually doing circuit racing, as he is in real life he used to do the oval track racing. So it's a complete different ball game, having more than or just the left or just the right hand turn. As he would say, you know, he's used to driving in a circle, so it's a big adjustment for him to go from there into circuit racing. But it is a hell of a lot of fun, and he's enjoying it so much, and getting to know the cars and setups and things like that. It's always nice to hear the stories from the guys as where they start and how they work their way into getting into a better position and things.
Yes, yeah, just a little bit of an incident between, I think it's Rian van der Westhuizen and Stefan Kluter, which sent Stefan a little bit off track, and Stefan gaining that, not gaining that position back from Rudy there in 6th place. Ijsberg Nagel now very close to Matt Williams.
I'm just having a little bit of a look on the YouTube channel at the same time. I see we've got our number 1 keyboard warrior, Mr. Cleopas, that's on our YouTube channel. He is by far one of our biggest, or not by far, he is our biggest YouTube supporter, being on every single live stream where SRAC is involved in, whether it's by some experience or SRAC, or even by SRSA. He completely just takes over the YouTube channel, showing support everywhere. And then also I see Charles Randall. He says he's watching from the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything with your wife is fine and that you'll be fine. Please do keep us updated. And then also Peter Grobler just saying that due to the drive-through penalty that could not clear for Joni, and the error being on the track, she will still be receiving her points for that 10th position finish. Thank you, Peter. That is very generous of you guys, and this is why I like SRAC so much. They really do the best that they can for all the drivers out there, new and old. It doesn't matter if you've got a little bit of a problem with your computer or setting up things or anything. They're always there and always willing to help and assist you. So thank you very much to everyone from SRAC, as well as the admin and founding members. You guys are really top class.
Great, thank you for that. Yes, and in the meantime, Kian in 2nd place and Scott Heidemann in 3rd place, and they are starting to catch Rudy now at the front.
Now you can see the times is closing quite quickly there now on Rudy, as he's also starting to lose out on that tire grip with 1.5 minutes left. He now has to go on the defense there from Kian Gous, who's doing everything to try and get past him, even going around the outside, which is not working so well, trying to dive in for the inside line. Will he be able to get on the brakes late? Yes, he does. Gets through there by Rudy taking that first position, but I can guarantee you Rudy will fight back and try and get that first position again from Kian. But like I said, he is very fast. He is a very good driver, so I'm sure it's gonna be a battle all the way to the end. As Kian runs a bit wide, Rudy now having the inside line. That's exactly where you want to be, but he does not have the drive out of that corner. And Kian is going to have to run around the outside, running off the track, losing it out again into third position, putting Rudy and Scott in front of him again. This is very nice, clean, and close racing. Oh, and as I say that must be commentators' curse. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Rudy. A little bit of incident between Rudy and Scott there, putting him down into the third position.
Yeah, yes, as we saw there, Kian used the opportunity there with that little bit of a issue there, and yeah, he's back into the lead.
And Kian is now back in the lead, and I'm pretty sure he's just gonna now start pulling that gap again there in front of Scott and Rudy. And I see Diane is also joining into the fight here, now gaining onto Rudy there as well. So this might become a battle for first and second, third and fourth, all the way to the end, as they now starting their final lap of this race. Can Rudy maintain his third position ahead there of Diane? And can Kian actually keep the lead here for this race? It's going to be quite tight and nail-biting all the way down to the end for this one in Division 2. It is actually a lot closer and cleaner racing than what I expected, to be very honest, for these cars. As they are very quick and tricky to drive, it becomes very difficult and can easily become a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, as we saw there, Kian went for that wider line through that corner to see if he can get a better drive, which helped him. I think he's taking a wider entry to get more speed through the corner. Now he's got the inside line to defend. It runs a little bit wide, which gives Scott then the opportunity to sneak in onto the inside.
This is becoming a four-way battle for first position as they are heading into the last few corners of this race. Scott Heidemann now trying everything to keep Kian behind him, but Kian is taking that inside line as they're coming into the very fast right-hander, which ends up in a very slippery, another right-hander to a hairpin down to the second last corner for this race. Oh, and Rudy just lost that there. I'm not too sure whether there was contact between him and Diane, but I can see Diane is also slowing down, waiting for Rudy to rejoin the track. And they are both losing a lot of positions from second all the way into 9th and 10th position there. So I'm pretty sure there was some contact between Diane and Rudy, and he's just doing the right thing and giving that position back there to Rudy. It's very sad to push an entire race running in the front and then losing it out at the end.
Yeah, great dice there at the end. Kian defending his lead position there, yes. So well done, Kian. Scott Heidemann, Gijsberg, Rian van der Westhuizen in third, Gijsberg in fourth, Kyle Heidemann in fifth, Matt Williams, Diane de Villiers, Stefan Kluter, and Rudy van der Westhuizen. Unfortunately, as we saw, a little bit of a contact there, and while in the process of waiting, they lost a lot of positions. Great opening race.
And it definitely was a very great race to start off this league for 2021, the Super Polo Cup League. Peter, I will be back with you in a few minutes. I'm pretty sure we're taking a little bit of a break between race 1 and 2, so I'll see you back now again.
Great, thank you, Tommy. Yes, we will be taking a break and to stop for the start of the second race, and we will be right back with some more action. And I have to say what action it was for this opening round.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Oh, baby. injection. Drop the clutch, pedal to the floor. Turn that giddy butt into a lion's roar. Dream machine, racing queen. I'll take you wherever you wanna go. Let's slow this down, break the speed of sound. Tonight we all know. Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Oh, baby. 125 in the middle of the night, got my engine thundering. Dream machine, racing queen. I'll take you wherever you wanna go. Let's slow this down, break the speed of sound. Tonight we all know crazy. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Riding on the highway, lights flashing behind me. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Born to ride, Mustang 65, got that V8 engine with a fuel injection. Drop the clutch, pedal to the floor, turn that giddy butt into a lion's roar.
Great balls of fire, and we are back with the second race at Phakisa. I have to say that first race was quite exciting, and I'm looking forward to see what the second race will bring in. Tommy, are you still with us?
Yana, I am with you and I'm on the edge of my seat. I cannot wait to see what race 2 for Division 2 has in store for us. Like we mentioned earlier, this will be a race started in the same positions where they finished the first race. Uh, we used to have a reverse grid, but then the guys that's a bit fast at the back needs to work their way through the field, and it becomes a little bit of a tricky situation. So we decided to try something new and keep it in the same position as where they finished to see how it goes in the second race, to have a little bit less incidents and bumping going on there. But like I said, I am very excited. It is the start for the second race. And from what I can see, or what I saw in the first race, there's going to be a hell of a race coming down into the second one.
Yeah, rightfully said there, Tommy. Yeah, and as we can recall, Kian won that first race, so he will be starting in pole position with Scott Heidemann in second place and Rian van der Westhuizen in third. Followed by Gijsbert, Kyle, Matt, Dayan, Stefan Kluter, Rudy van der Westhuizen and Joni Lee in the 10th place.
Yeah, like we said, unfortunately with the first race, she had a drive-through penalty, and unfortunately the track has a little bit of an error on where it doesn't clear the drive-through when you go through the pit lane, and she got kicked from the race. So she'll be still scoring in that 10th position. But from what I saw in qualifying and the practice service, I can assure you she might just work her way through the field. But we will have to see what happens in this one. We've got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left before the start of this race. And it's going to be a nail bite, as I am already forcing myself not to bite my nails, as I'm trying to not do that anymore. Bad habit that takes a lot of force not to do anymore, especially when it comes to racing.
And especially the commentator's curse, you know, that one is still mind-boggling.
Yeah. I mean, how does that work? I mean, I see it in real life. I see it in sim racing. The moment a commentator speaks about someone, then something just goes wrong. It makes me not wanting to speak about anyone. Like, watch this person, but speak of someone else. And then you watch that person, you speak of the other one again. It's just like, do not curse them.
Now, just relative to the YouTube chat there, yes, the second race start is the start positions gets determined of how you finished in the first race. So yeah, that will be the start for the second race. So the race director is almost ready to let us go. Six lights on and we are racing. He's had a good start there, but it seems like Kian got the traction through the pull away, and yeah, he getting a clean start there. See some contact there at the back. I think the guys will start sorting themselves out as they progress through the first few corners. Kian and followed by Scott there, and Gijsbert in third place so far. But is Stefan now pressurizing Gijsbert there for that third place?
And Stefan just worked his way up there into the third position, overtaking Gijsbert Nagel, but there's position changes all over the track, as Rudy also made a move on Matt, going into fifth position. Kian running a bit wide off the track, now dropping all the way back into third position, sitting there with Gijsbert Nagel now ahead of him, and Rudy right on the back of his bumper. Further down the back, there's a very nice fight going on there between Rian van der Westhuizen and Kyle Heidemann, if I'm not mistaken, as they are fighting it there for the 8th and 9th position, with Joni Lee in 10th position, being very patient, waiting for the best opportunity to make a move and overtake there on one of them, as Matt runs a bit wide into the kitty litter, now dropping back all the way into 8th again as well. Gijsbert Nagel and Kian Gous in the front of the field, having a very nice fight there, swapping positions back and forth, coming down at the end of the first lap for race 2. what can happen here. Kian has the slipstream there on Gijsberg. Going to have a look up on the inside, but Gijsberg closes the door, running a bit wide. Kian keeping it nice and tight, going through the corner, having Rudy also right there on the back of his bumper. That's going to try and capitalize on this fight between the two of him, as they both now have to one go wide, one go down. Rudy overshoots it a little bit, making contact there with Gijsberg, but again, doing the right thing and waiting for Gijsberg to rejoin and giving that position back to him.
Yeah, very unfortunate, a little bit late on the brakes there, but yeah, we will, like I say, waited for to regain that position, and we're off racing again.
And we can see all over the field, we've got very nice battles going on. In the front, we've got Stefan and we've got Stefan and Scott at the moment that is fighting it out there in the front. Kian, who dropped down quite a bit to the back, that will now work his way up to the front of the field again, with Jay that is right there behind him. Rian and Gijsberg Nagel that is also fighting there for 5th and 6th. And then we've got right at the back of the field, we've got Rudy, Kyle, Matt, and Joni Lee that is all four there in the back of the field as well, that will start fighting it out there for positions.
Yeah, quite interesting to see the different lines the guys take. But as we saw in the first race, these curbs of Phakisa doesn't help you at all. So sometimes, you know, you get racetracks that you can ride the curbs. Here it is actually a no-no. If the guys are touching those curbs, it just unsettles the cars big time, and you tend to slide off them and lose grip.
Yeah, like you said, you get some tracks that, you know, does not allow you to ride the curb, but it also depends on the cars, because I mean, you can have one car that will allow you to ride the curb on this track, and then the next car won't allow you to. So it all depends on the car as well as the track, whether you'll be able to do it or not.
Is Stefan trying to get closer to Scott there in the front? Just running a little bit wide, tampering his exit speed in see if we can get a better opportunity and a better drive. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that battle. I think right at the back I see Joni Lee. He's right behind Matt Williams now.
Yeah, I see Rian had a bit of a mistake and dropped all the way down to the back of the field. He went off the track and unfortunately had to wait for a safe opportunity to rejoin the track again. But there is a very nice fight going on between Matt and Joni Lee at the moment. So I'm pretty sure that she's going to try her best to make a decent move there on Matt, as she now starts closing the gap there on him. It's about a 0.4 second gap between the two of them. And then right ahead of them, they've got Kyle Heidemann, the 7th position, with Rudy that's there in 6th. Gijsberg Nagel in 5th, right behind Kian, who is now starting to close the gap on Jay. And these two are pushing it as hard as what they can to catch up to the leaders there, who is Scott that is running in the 1st position, and then we've got Stefan that is there in 2nd position.
I see Stefan now very close to Scott there in the back straight.
Yeah, the one thing about these cars is they need to be very patient. If you push too hard, you burn out your tires too quickly and you'll end up losing grip and then end up losing out on a fight. But you also need to push to get the right opportunity to make your pass on the driver ahead of you. So it's very interesting and a very tricky track to actually get the right place to make a passing move on the driver that is in front of you.
Now the racing line is quite an important one here, because as soon as you go off a little bit, you tend to lose so much time.
Yeah, no, that is very true what you say. It's if you get your line right, you get a very nice exit speed and get a good drive through the track. But if you're a little bit just too quickly on your turn in, you end up having to get off the gas as you exit the corner to avoid you from running off the track, and you lose so much time and so much momentum when that happens that you will end up losing out either in a fight or a position at the end of the day.
Yeah, I seen the hairpin just before the last corner. Joni managed to get past Matt there, on sneaked in on the inside. A very nice move there.
I actually missed that one. Well, this is a very nice fight going on in the back here between Joni, Matt, and Rian at the moment. So it's a three-way battle there for eighth position, with Rian still being at the back or behind Matt, but working his way up as he takes the inside line there, running a little bit wide, making small contact there with Rian or with Matt as they went out of the corner. Now trying to have a look up on the inside there of Joni, but not being able to make a move. She keeps that eighth position, very nicely done. She's gonna most probably keep that inside lines, riding that apex, trying to maintain the best drive as what she can. She's really doing a very good job to fight this one out there with Rian, who is trying his best again to make a move there on her, trying to get back into the front of the field where he was before he made a mistake there.
I think Joni just unfortunately hit some of those curbs a little bit hard, which made her lost some exit speed, and yeah, Rian and Matt managed to go past her again.
Just having a look up there in the front again. Stefan just ran wide as they came in out of that final corner for this lap. And now Diane and Kian, or Jay and Kian, is busy catching up there to the back of him now. And Kian is trying everything to get past Jay, but he's making that little Polo as wide as a bus, doing everything he can to keep Kian behind him. But there is still 8 minutes left of this race plus a lap, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how the tires and the brakes is going to keep and stay on these cars as they are now pushing it as hard as they can, getting into the halfway mark of this race.
Interesting line. I'm just following Kian. He's taking a wider line onto some of the corner entries. Hopefully, I assume to get some more drive out of the corner. Quite an interesting line he actually takes in some of these corners. Trying to defend that inside line, manages to do well coming off from the back straight. Going to the short little right-hander before the main straight. Kian looking for an opportunity, but Jay is actually defending that line very well.
And I'm having a little bit of a look on the lap times, and Jay and Kian is doing faster lap times than what the two leaders are doing at the moment. So they should be catching up to them quite soon. And then this is going to become a very good battle again, like we saw at the end of the first race, where it's 4 drivers that will be fighting it out for that top position of the race.
I think they should just now, get their heads down and see if they can catch the front guys and not hold each other up too much. As we say, about 6 minutes to go. It's still Scott Heidemann, followed by Stefan and Jay. But unfortunately, a little bit of a slide there and slight contact, which gave Gijsberg the opportunity to slot into that third place.
And I saw that one, but I'm not too sure whether there was contact between the two of them or whether that was just Jay being a little bit too harsh on the brakes as they were going into the corner there. Like you said, the lines and the way you enter your corner is very important. And with these cars, if you enter the corner while you are on the brakes, the arse tends to come out and you will end up losing a little bit of time as well as maybe spinning out. So I'm almost certain that is what happened there, that Jay was just on the brakes a little bit too hard going into the corner and then losing the backside of the car there.
Yes, totally. I saw that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think there was contact there. I think the slide just gave me the illusion of maybe, that something else happened there. But you rightfully said you're quite right there. And as we speak, Kian went for that inside line into turn one, and he managed to get past Jay there. Now in, was it fourth place?
Yeah, Kian is now up into fourth position. And if Jay is clever, he's just going to hook a little bit of a rope onto the backside there of Kian. Just stick with him, and then they can work their way through the field instead of fighting each other. Rather work together as a team, if I can say in that way, and move through the field together.
Yeah, I see at the back they fight for seventh place. Rian and Kyle. They're next to each other, and Rian managed to go on the inside, sneaking past Kyle there.
Yeah, I'm also now watching the back there with you, seeing that Rian, Matt, Kyle, and Joni, all four of them is now in a little bit of a fight there again. And again, if you run a little bit wide, it can allow either one or two drivers to sneak past you and take that position away from you. So it all depends on how you can capitalize the battle that you are in. For instance, if a driver runs a bit wide, then you need to follow the person in front of you to both gain that position. So it's quite difficult when it comes to these cars. When you come into a battle with four cars, you will most probably end up losing not just one but two or even more positions, because once the gap is open and the other driver starts capitalizing on that, they will sneak past, and there's nothing you can do because you can't just close the line on them.
Yeah, while this battle at the back continues, I'm just keeping my eye on Kian, only about half a second now behind Gijsbert, and so they are definitely catching up to the front. And as you say, I think he will pull Jay de Villiers with him, yes.
Yeah, also having a little bit of a look at the times, there's about a 1.2 second gap between Jay and Kian now. So I'm not too sure whether he can pull him through with him, but he will definitely start making his way through the field as they start progressing down through the race now. About 2.5 minutes left of the race, so and then also another lap. So it's gonna come down to the final few corners for Kia now, unless he starts putting his foot down and actually starts making his moves. But I have noticed Kian is he's got a very good coach, and he's very conservative on his tires. So he will hang back and just maintain a nice pace in the field, saving his tires, and then wait to the last few laps of the race, and then he'll start making his moves, fighting through the field. As we just saw him there
Yes.
taking that third position away from Gijsberg Nagel now.
They caught quickly. Stefan, Kian and Gijsberg now very close to each other, and see Kian is going to that inside line. Stefan defended, parking it right in the middle of the corner, not allowing to Kian to sneak inside on turn one.
I'm not too sure if you can see the same as what I see, but as they go through that little bit of a dip, it's just sparks flying. With these cars being so low down to the ground, they tend to bottom out on the track, and then it's just sparks everywhere.
Just jumping quickly to the back. He only managed to get past Kyle. And she's now in 8th place. So the battle at the back is still hotting up quite nicely between Joni, Rian and Kyle. Matt opening a little bit of a gap. Jump to the...
I see now at the front that Gijsberg has made a move there on Kian, so I'm not too sure what happened, but I can see that it's now Stefan, Gijsberg, Jay and Kian. All four of them is now fighting it out there for second position, as Scott has ran away with this one. He's got about a 2.5 second lead over these guys, so I doubt that they will be able to catch up to him, but this is definitely going to end up being a battle there for second position. as they've got about 2 laps to go. They went over the start finish now with 13 seconds left. So they will be finishing this lap and then another one as well. So there's 2 laps to go in this race, and there's still a very good fight between Stefan Gijsberg, Jay, and Kian for that second position.
I saw Jay just managed to defend that inside line from Kian, and I must say Kian is very good on the brakes coming into that first corner. And we have a change there at the back again. Rian van der Westhuizen getting past Joni again. So they are having a nice battle for that 8th place.
Yes, I see Rian just ran a bit wide going out of the corner there, now allowing Joni to take a look up on the inside, but he does close the door on her, pushing her a little bit off the track there. And unfortunately, she lost out there to another position to Kyle as she went off the track there, unfortunately. Rejoined the track and will battle her way back into that one again. Looking up in the front, we have a battle between Stefan and Gijsberg, and then again Kian and Jay. So this is 2 battles that is busy going on, coming down there into the final lap for this race, as Kian now just very quickly catches up there onto Stefan and overtakes him there into the 3rd position. But he's on the outside line as there is contact between Stefan as he tried to get that inside line onto Kian, making contact to the side there of Kian and losing out in that one. So now we've got Scott in the 1st position, Gijsberg in 2nd, and Kian in 3rd with Jay in 4th. Rudy in 5th, and Stefan falling down all the way there into 6th position.
Yeah, on the final lap, as you say, Scott with about a 3-second lead, and Gijsberg in 2nd, Kian now in 3rd, followed by Jay and Rudy van der Westhuizen. Had a quiet race, but yeah, managed to get to that up to the 5th position. There's still a little dice between Stefan Klute coming back up to speed again with Matt Williams.
I see Stefan runs very wide there into that kitty litter and losing out quite a lot of positions, and makes contact there with Kyle as they go into the corner. He tried running to the right, trying to get that racing line, but unfortunately Kyle was already on the outside line there and lost out into that 9th position as Matt runs wide and Rian makes contact there with him, and Joni just sneaks past the outside. I have no idea how she missed that one, but she made it through completely clean, not making contact with anyone, running wide onto the curb, stealing that 6th position as they are now going through the 3rd last corner before the end of this race, and she just moved up into 2nd or into 6th position. She did very well in missing that one, heading into the final corner for the start finish. So I'm pretty sure she will finish this one in 6th position and be jumping out of her seat at the moment for that one.
Yes, totally. I think from the first race, technical issues, to the second race, great race there for Joni. Yeah, as we saw Scott Heidemann, Gijsberg, Nagel, Dane de Villiers, Kian Gous, Rudy van der Westhuizen, Joni Lee, Kyle, Matt Williams, and Rian van der Westhuizen.
Yeah, no, that was very well done. Peter, thank you very much for having me here with you, but unfortunately I need to jump out at the moment. We are busy getting ready for our Division 1 race. Thank you so much for commentating and doing the streams for us, and it's always a pleasure being in the commentators booth with you.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Oh baby, 125 in the middle of the night, got my engine thundering.
Great. What a start of the series, the Polo Super Cup with SRAC and Phakisa motor trimming upholsteries. We are live again from Phakisa Raceway, close to Welkom, for the Division 1 race. And on the other side, I have with me Melvin Ghost this time in the commentating booth. Melvin, how is things going your side?
Evening, Peter. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Currently on track, just feeling the grip levels of the track, and I can tell you, it is quite slippy out here. But as we saw, Division 2, great racing. The guys driving really, really clean with the new penalty system we're running, and I hope this will be the same for Division 1 tonight.
Totally agree, yes. As we saw there in Division 2, there were some awesome battles there, and it was quite surprising to see the guys, when they did make mistakes, they wait for each other, and I must say then you can see the respect for each other coming through very nicely there. Yeah, and as we
Throughout the whole series, if I'm not mistaken, since we started with practicing.
Yes, totally. And yeah, let us just quickly have a look. I just want to go quickly to the drivers list for Division 1. Just to mention a quick few names there. Basil van Rijn, Brett Krokamp, welcome to the series. Pieter Grobler, Roan Gous, Dani van Rooy and Dylan Versaghi. Just picking up a few names here. Wilro Dippenaar, Herman Nieuwo, Tommy Moss, my co-commentator for the Division 2 race. Thank you for that, Tommy. Werner Hubert, Sean Hartz, Clinton Besaidenhout and Michael Rust. So yes, a lot of guys on track already, and they're busy with practice, and maybe we can just have a quick look to see where they are currently in the practice session.
I haven't got any results in front of me. I'm currently just watching Werner Hubert, here, also a new driver. First time I see him out on track. And he's looking like he's going to be a quick driver as well.
Yes, let me just see where Werner, yeah, Werner is currently in the practice session in 19th place. Yeah, and as we see, yeah, Basil van Rijn, the 137.2 in the practice session so far. Yeah, just to mention Basil, he has put in a lot of laps, and so has most of the other guys as well. The preparation in this is just so intense to get these setups dialed in, and yeah, as we saw in the first Division 2 races, I'm expecting quite a banger and of some good racing here. And hopefully not banging, sorry for that. I don't want to do commentator's curse this early already. But yeah, I think we are in for quite an exciting race for that's coming up.
If you look at the times are so close. And I mean, the cars, they handle absolutely perfect. So it's going to be real close racing. And what we saw from the Division 2 race, it's not easy to pass the guy.
Yes, yeah, as I mentioned to Tommy as well, you know, you have to really work hard to get the other guy, put pressure on him, to get him offline so that you can get a better racing line. And yeah, let me tell you, it was quite interesting to see, especially a shout out to Kian. I was quite amazed with his first corner braking. You know, under braking he could made a lot of passes into turn 1. It was quite interesting to see.
Yeah, he was struggling a bit yesterday. Couldn't get under the 139s. And we played a bit with the setup and just got some of the lines better, and we actually did quite good. I think the setup of the car was, you can really brake it very late. It's a bit soft at the back, so it does not tend to step out like it would do in standard trim, and that really made a difference.
Oh, that's great to see. Yeah, and exactly like you mentioned, I saw some cars under braking, the tail steps out, so probably some more, a little bit of more setup work needed in those teams, but yeah, the guys did a good job. Yeah.
I'm just checking the results here. I don't know what I did now, but just want to get my things sorted.
Yeah, I saw about a few seconds left of practice. The top 10 guys, 0.6 of a second between the top 10. So like Melvin mentioned, the times are so close.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think the racing itself, the system, for those who don't know, we're running, Peter, is, I don't know if you and Tommy spoke about it, but we're running a new system, whereas if you connect with someone above, and the speed difference is above 8 kilometers an hour between the two cars, it will give you a penalty for it.
Yeah, yes, we did speak some of as we heard in the driver's briefing as well. Yeah, we didn't talk about the contact in that detail, but yes, the difference in speed at contact position is quite critical, and yeah, to promote a safer, more cleaner, racing, we had, like you say, we had to put in something in place to just make the guys aware of, where they are at and positions on track, and yeah, like I say, it is working. I could see in race 1 already, the guys are giving enough room and respecting each other on track.
Yeah, it's definitely made a difference, that is for sure. Just getting my center remote on here, which should make life much easier for me, I think. Okay, so what I've done now, I've just changed from the triple screen setup, and so yeah, now I can actually do the commentating.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's not easy to actually commentate in the VR scenario. I think we're just switching servers now, and yeah, we will be right back with the racing, and we'll just go on to a little bit of an ad break, promoting our sponsors, Phakisa Upholstery and Motor Trimming, and yeah, we will be right back with Division 1, Race 1.
Born to ride my
Good afternoon, everyone, again. We are starting to qualify the Division 1 race, and see the guys are starting to connect to the server and get onto the track. And yeah, we'll pick up some times when they start doing some valid lap times, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm just watching here. Brett Crowcamp, I mean, you know him very well, Pity. He's one of the quickest guys with SRSA, and he's been quietly going around the track, and I think he's going to be someone to look out for. Once he gets his car dialed in, he will be super fast for sure.
Yes, totally, yes. Brett, being a member of the Point Blank Racing in the SRSA team, with that Grumpy Monkey livery of their cars. Yeah, very quick driver, and like you say, we will need to keep our eye on Brett, and I'm sure he's going to do well in this race.
Also having a look at Sean Herrera. He's on a flyer now. I mean, he raced the last season's Polo Cup, and he loved it so much. When he heard about it, he pulled out of all other leagues, and he said, no way he's doing the Polo. And he's always quick in these front-wheel drive cars.
Yes, totally. Sean is a well-known from the Simtech racing, you know, with all these developments in the racing equipment. And yeah, Sean is very rapid when he puts his head down, so also a very quick driver to look out for.
So they actually haven't done any time so far. All of them probably now on their first flyer, so they will start coming through now. And I believe Basil van Rijn is on his first quick lap, so we'll keep an eye out. Well, he's actually done a 37.6.
Yeah, I've seen on my timing screen, yes, Basil 137.6. Sean actually now goes quicker by a few hundredths of a second.
You're very close.
Since we still need to update on the timing screen, just going through the paces to update on the YouTube channel. We'll keep our eye on that. Yeah, and as we spoke a bit earlier, for Brett Crowcamp now also goes quickest with a 137.5.
See, they should be doing, I think in practice they did 36s if I'm not mistaken. I know for a fact Basil was in a 136.9, and another quick driver, Clinton Besaidnout, well known in the Polo Cup South African series. He was also in the low 36s, so watch out for him once he gets a lap in. He's driving for Team SSRL.
I have to say, Melvin, when I'm looking at this entry list, there is some big names here, and very, very quick drivers. So yeah, I don't know. Do we want to make a bet so far? Who's going to take it the first race?
I want to go with Brett. He's got the experience and the speed. I don't know. Something just tells me he might have this one in the back. Never throw away Dani van Rooyen, but we know he hates a front-wheel drive. He's not a big fan of it. Sean Herrera goes quicker again, 137.2.
Yeah, like I said, Sean is now about 0.3 faster than Clinton Besaidnout now in second place. So now my timing screen is starting to update on the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, and as you mentioned, there's Sean Herrera 137.2, Clinton Besaidnout at 137.5, Brett only a few hundreds down in third place, Basil van Rijn now in fourth, Ulro Dippenaar also in fifth place.
Basil Wilro, I mean that top, Dylan Visage, also a very quick driver. Blake Creer, I'm going through here and it can be anybody's race. One mistake and there's going to be a whole bunch of cars past you. I'm actually quite glad I'm sitting where I'm sitting and not having to race, to be honest.
Totally agree there with you. As I mentioned to Tommy earlier in the other division race, I took out the car earlier last week, and And I saw the guys who has actually put in some time, and I just did a few laps, and I thought, okay, wait, I'm still about 2 or 3 seconds down the pace, but let me rather park it, and maybe I must just find a driver to drive my car around this time. But I'll gladly on the side of the microphone, and I'll let the guys battle out there.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. The stress factors. Well, look at that split between Sean and Clinton, both 37.2. So they are clearly the two quickest out at the moment.
Yeah, only a few thousandths of a second splitting them up in first and second place. Ruan Goosen all of a sudden popped into third place.
Also a very quick driver from SSRL. I think he is one of the top drivers from that team. If not mistaken, he also did very well in the Simola hill climb. I'm not quite sure. I might be incorrect there.
Yeah, quite a few SSRL guys representing the team here.
Well, top 12 is only 1 second apart. Less than 1 second splits the top 12 at this stage. Make that 13.
Yeah, the
So
guys
the
are
times
quick.
are immensely close.
Also a guy there down in 10th place, Waldo Swiggers. You know, we must always using the opportunities when it comes up. Yeah, we also all need to look out for him as well.
Very good driver, very cool-headed, and as you said, if he gets the opportunity, he will take it.
James Leach Jr. also now popped up there in 7th place.
I'm actually watching him now. Yeah, he's using a bit, well, quite a lot of curb, and I think that is costing him time. You can see the sparks coming out under the car every second corner, so it might be that he's still getting used to it.
Yeah, these cars, they don't like the curbs really, especially here at Phakisa, as we saw there in the previous race. Getting too much curb, you know, it unsettles the car and the car starts losing grip.
Yeah, it doesn't like curbs at all, and because the guys are making them very, very low to the ground, once you go off, it just shaves off all the speed, because it's literally scraping on its belly.
In the pits, and Clinton Besaidno in 2nd place. I think he's on a hot lap now, almost on his bubble, trying to, you know, sometimes the sector times just up a bit on the delta. Let's see what he will do, see if he can get a few thousandths to go into pole position.
He should actually be able to. He's lost some time there now. I'm actually also watching him now.
Yeah, I
So
saw
he's
him.
gone back into the red.
Yes, yeah, he lost a bit of time there because he lost the front end a little bit, snaking a little bit, probably a little bit of understeer. Yeah, and I think he just lost some time there.
The two right-handers at the end of the straight, Peter, they're probably, of all the South African tracks we're doing, these two are probably the trickiest for me. If you get them right, you gain a lot of time. Get it wrong, you're gone.
Yeah, they're quite fast right-handers as well, and like you say, if you get the line wrong there and you go off even just slightly on the curb, you lose so much time there. Yeah.
I'm watching Basil now, see if he can go up on his time. They've still got 4 minutes left, but it seems he's either on the out lap or slow down lap. 8 seconds up on his delta, so I reckon he might be on an out lap.
I'm also just scrolling through the field to see if I can pick up someone that's up on their deltas, but most of the guys are more or less under bubbles where they were for their quickest lap so far.
I'm just checking to see here. Tommy Leary currently running in 9th place. He's going to go for another quick lap. Let's see what he can do. Gets a quick exit out of turn 1 that puts him into the green, so and he loses it again. So these guys are all right on the edge.
Yeah, I saw Tommy just actually went a little bit too much on that inside curb in turn 1.
Yeah, that must have been. I mean, he's almost half a second down now, going out of turn 3.
I was just about 2 minutes to go in qualifying. We still got Sean Herrera in first place, 137.9. Oh yeah, 137.219, and Clinton in second place with only 4 thousandths of a second, splitting those two. Basil van Rijn in third place at this stage.
Not far off as well. With him, Rowan Gous, Brett Crocombe, James Leach. All of them are right on top of each other. So it's going to be... the race is going to be very interesting to watch, that I can assure you. It's so close. And to pass in these cars is... Oh! Basil losing it there on a flyer. So that lap surely won't count. And he decides to pull in.
I remember it's so frustrating. You're on a fast lap and at last corner you lose it, or lose so much time that your delta just go down. It is so frustrating.
While I'm watching Clinton, it seems like they just can't get that extra bit of time. Sean has decided to call it quits. He's in the pits. He's happy with his time. Clinton going off track, so this lap definitely not going to be quicker for him. Basil van Rijn on an outlap now. Rowan Gous currently also not bettering his time. Brett standing in the pits. I think he's happy with 5th place. 50 seconds remaining. Then we've got James Leach, who's also slower currently. Valres on a flyer. He's right on top of it. Just about to break through the bubble to go quicker. So let's see. I'll watch him and see what he can do.
Yeah, I've got Wilder now on cam. See if we can pick up where he gained some time. Yeah, so just about a 0.1 down. But yeah, there's still a lot of time to be made somewhere in the track, especially those, like you say, those right-hand curves.
Yeah, if he can get them right, he's going quicker down the straight, so he's definitely going faster. But is it fast enough? So if you look at their cars, I've watched Basil's car now as well as Velro. They are running a longer gear ratio. So I don't know if that's helping them or...
Yeah, normally
He's got to go slightly quicker, but not enough to put him into 5th.
Yeah, I just missed out on that 5th place there.
Cleopas saying, just when you thought you're a good driver, then you tune into this team and you realize you are far from the same cloth. Yeah, Cleo, these guys are insanely fast. The race itself is going to be scary, to say the least.
Yeah, I think we're basically done now with qualifying, and I will just switch over to a little ad break quickly, and then we'll be back with the start of the first Division 1 race.
All right, well, we on the ad break. I'm quickly going to down
direction. Drop the clutch, pedal to the floor. Turn that caper into a lion's roar. Dream machine, racing queen. I'll take you wherever you wanna go. Let's slow this down, break the speed of sound. Tonight we on the road. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Red on the highway, blue lights flashing behind me. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat. You make my heart beat. Dream machine, racing queen. You make my heart beat.
Great, and we are back for the start of the first race for the Division 1. POLO Super Cup SRAC with partnership with Phakisa Motor Trimming and Upholstery. Looking forward to this one, Melvin. I think it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, looking at the qualifying times, it is going to be super, super close. If Sean can keep a clear head and they can get away on the opening lap without any contact, he might have it in the bag, but I can tell you he's going to have to work really hard to keep Clinton behind him. So yeah, it should be a very interesting race. Basil Verheyen, Rohan Gous in fourth, Red Krookamp, I mean all those names, those are all super, super fast guys. Peter Grobler moving up into eighth, I see now. So it should be quite interesting to watch.
And as you mentioned also, you know, one slight mistake, you will have half of the field pass you in an eye blink. And yeah, so no room for mistakes, keep it clean, and I think the guys should do well.
Keep it clean, that's the big secret.
Totally.
So they've got into overtime, meaning the service should clock over any moment, and we'll be all green. So 1 minute 20 countdown to race time.
Now just a quick recap of how the guys will start. In pole position, Sean Herrera, Clinton Besaiden. It was only a few thousandths of a second behind him. In second place, Basil van Rooyen, Rohan Gous, Brett Krookamp, James Leach Jr., Walro Dippenaar, Peter Grobler, Dylan Visagi in the 9th place, Tommeleri Moss 10th, Blake Kruger, Waldo Swiegers, Dani van Rooyen, Michael Rust, Jason Nell, John Ray Dippenaar, Lucas Meintjes, Kian Gous, well, yeah, that's me, Melvin.
That's me.
Yes, sorry. Johan Iemand, Herman Nieuwoud, and Werner Joubert. Yeah, looking forward to a great race, and welcome guys.
Charles Randall saying, normally the high tension race, that is so true. The Div 1 is the guys who go all balls to the wall. So I can promise you those hands are sweating.
I'm just quickly on board or next to Clinton Besaidenhout's car, looking at the liveries. I have to say the guys did an awesome job with all the liveries, and yeah, and there's my car standing in the pit, SRAC colors. Yeah, having a the liveries are just awesome.
Currently, I can't see if my car has been moved to the pit, so I'll just sit here and it should take itself to the pit.
It seems like it is on grid, but like I saw in the previous race as well, it did go out of Tommy's one that also automatically went to pits.
Well, I hope Peter Grobler doesn't have problems. He's just disconnected from the server. I hope that he will be coming back. That will be bad luck after all the work he's put in this week, if he won't be able to race.
Still just about a minute to go. Yeah, like I say, I hope he gets back.
Yeah, there he comes back in now. I'm not sure if he's going to put him back on his actual grid position, or if he will fall in at the back. Not quite sure.
I just jumped to him in his position. It seems like he is in 8th place on the grid, yes.
Okay.
After 30 seconds to go, Sean, Clinton, Basil, Ruan, Brett, James, Voro, Peter Grobler, Dylan Pesagi, Tommy Lerimos, the top 10 guys.
Nine seconds to go. Moment of truth. And Sean getting a good put away there. Peter, he's on the inside, he's got the line. Clinton covering the line. Basil looking if he can get a gap, but he does not make it. So they 1, 2, 3, the way they started. James Leach in 4th, closely followed by Brett Krokam, Wilder Dippenaar and Roan Gous. Well, Clinton has, I missed that, I don't know if you saw it, but Clinton has taken over the lead. Basil up into 2nd, and Sean has fallen to 3rd place. Seems like we have lost Peter here. I'm not sure where he's at. We seem to have lost Peter, so sorry for this, guys. I'm trying to, well, there's someone is heading for the pits. That seems like Clinton Besaidness that has gotten a drive-through. Might be a possible jump start, if I'm not mistaken. So that will give us Basil van Rijn, that's in the lead. Sean Herrera coming in very, very late on the brakes there into turn 1. But can't quite make the pass there. So not a very good race for Clinton then. Clinton having dropped all the way back. Down to 20th place. So probably a jump start there, but early on the gun. And yeah, that has cost him his race, unfortunately.
I see Waldo now, Waldo Swiggers putting pressure there on Peter Grobler. They having a battle for that 5th place.
Waldo and Peter has come a long way. They've had some epic dices, and I can promise you if they get together, it's going to be one heck of a dice again.
Myself also had some excursions with Waldo, and let me tell you, if he's putting pressure on you, you know he's there.
That's for sure.
After the
I'm just going through the field quickly, and it seems like they are in 7th place. There's still big group of guys racing together. We've got Ruan Gous, Dani van Roy, and Jason Lyle, Michael Rust. They're all in a big pack, but it does seem like they are slightly pulling away from one another. So you haven't got real bumper-to-bumper racing at the moment.
Yeah, just to, yeah, jumping up front, I see Sean is getting back up to speed again, half a second behind Basil there. And so we'll just keep an eye on that one. I think let me just go down. Lucas Mainkis, also a new driver, first time, also from the SSRL guys. He's having a dice with Jason L there in 11th, 12th place.
Yeah, Lucas and Jason actually quite good friends. Lucas almost not making the series, having been in hospital with COVID for quite some time. So great to see him back on track and to see him actually racing.
I see Dani had a little bit of a problem losing some positions after an off-track moment there.
Yeah, the battle between them is quite close. If you look up to Vilro and Ruan Gous in quite a close battle. And then there's a whole stagger of cars coming right up behind them with Lucas leading it, followed by Jason, and then Walden, Michael Rust. So I'm not sure what happened to Peter Groble. Oh, it looks like Waldo might have gone off because Peter is right up to 5th place.
Yes, and I see, like you mentioned, the battle between Ruan and Vilro. They're having a nice battle there for that 6th place position.
Waldo driving up on the inside. Will he make the move stick? He's got the shorter way round, but no.
Now
Ruan's just got the pull out of the corner to pull back the gap.
Now I saw that earlier with Kian as well. The wider entry gives you some more drive out of the corner, it seems.
It does. It actually does. The car doesn't wheel spin so much, so you tend to get a better drive out of it. It's got a certain sweet spot where if you get the power down right, it's like a Ketich. You know, it just moves. If you've got the revs wrong, it doesn't want to pull, and then you start clutching it. And so it's a tricky little car. It's fun to drive, but it's also quite tricky, and the grip is so high, it's actually intimidating.
Yeah, Ruan and Will are having a ding-dong battle. Then it's and they changing places about every second corner. So yes, we'll keep on that battle. Down the line, Jason Nell and Lucas also still having that battle for 8th place. Just jumping quickly to Michael Rust. Him and Waldo having a battle there after, I think, Waldo's he probably had some off-track moment, getting back up to speed.
Yeah, Waldo falling slightly back from. I'm just watching this little battle, and Waldo is falling slightly back. So Ron pulling the gap and getting a bit of a breather now. And I'm just going to run through and see where else there is some close battles going on.
Tommy and Dani van Rooyen having a battle for that 10th place. Dani in 10th and Tommy Lirimos right behind Dani. And just up the road from them, Jason and Lucas are still having that battle for 8th place.
Werner Hubert has pulled to the pit, and Clinton Besaidenout also. I think he might have been disqualified, that the drive-through penalty didn't pick up, and it might have disqualified him. We saw it with Joni in the previous race, so bad luck there, but there's always the second race. He's going to have to fight from the back, but he is a quick driver and he can surely pull it off. Tommy then going for pass on Downey. I'm still watching that little battle.
I think Brett Krokop had a little bit of a off-track moment there, which let Peter Grobler now get past him into 4th place.
Oh, Peter moving up the ranks, capitalizing from others' mistakes. He's always been a very, very good, clean driver, and if he gets it right, he gets it right. So he's always up there, and he's always ready to pounce whenever something goes wrong. Quick little man, that.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, if you make a mistake, yeah, it is easy picking because yeah, to look at your back on track entry, you know, get a safe return to track as well. So as we've mentioned, yeah, we should minimize mistakes, and you should be okay. Like we just see there, you know, with Peter coming through, you know, looking at the mistakes the other guys are making.
Yeah, and also on the especially at Phakisa here, if you go off track, that kitty litter is like driving into. It's a dead stop. I can't really explain it. It stops your car immediately. So you do not want to go off here.
Dani, Lucas Meintjes and Tommy is now having a great battle there for the 9th place.
It seems like Jason is pulling a bit away slightly, so ever. And Dani and Tommy is right up there looking for a way past Lucas. So it might be that either his tires are starting to wear down, or Lucas might be getting a bit tired. Dani going for the inside. Does he make the pass? I'm not sure. Again, if he gets slight contact there, Peter. So Dani does. That also allows Tommy to pass.
Now just a little bit wide on the exit. But yeah.
And Tommy is going on the inside. He's making a pass on Dani.
Yeah, I think Dani went a little bit wide on entry, which gave
contact
Tommy
there.
a little bit of opportunity there.
That mistake has cost Tommy 2 spots there. Slight touch between him and Dani, and he nearly lost it. And there he comes together with, it seems like, Michael Rust. So that's what I said. One mistake and you lose 5-6 positions. It's so easy.
Just jumping up front, Basil now got about a second of daylight between him and Sean Herrera in 2nd place, with Dylan Visagi in 3rd.
Well, Dylan has also come up all the way from, I think, 7th up to 3rd. So he's definitely kept it clean, stayed on the road, and it's worked for him.
It seems Brett Krokamp is now also getting back up to speed again, chasing down Peter.
This should be quite an interesting battle to watch. Brett is quite tactful in passing and getting through the field, so let's see what happens. I actually love that color of the Grumpy Monkey car. It looks really good.
Now the guys did good jobs on deliveries, and that one is top notch. Just jumping to the battle between Dani and Jason and Lucas. The three up abreast.
Yo, this can't end well. No. Slight contact there between Dani and more contact.
You see back to Brett Krokamp. Now only about 2.2 behind Peter at the back straight.
Brett is on a move. He's back up to speed, and he is. Will he be able to pass him? It does seem Peter is not going to back off easily, but it's very tricky to run on the outside of the corner, and he does give the spot to Brett, but he might undercut him and outbrake him for the sharp right-hander, which he does. Now all of this is allowing Rowan Gous to catch right up with him, so this is going to turn into a 3-way battle for 4th actually.
Yeah, Basil and Sean and Dylan up the road from these three, battling for that fourth place.
Ron actually trying the outside line, Brett being the wiser one. Says, no, you're not going to go through there. Again, Gous looking for another move on the inside, Willie, and he pulls it off very late on the brakes. Brett's going for the undercut, and he does actually pull it off. He takes back the position.
Oh, great driving there between the two guys. Now this battle will actually just allow Wilro Dippenaar to get closer as well.
He is coming in very close, and he's also allowing Peter to pull away slightly, but not much.
Up front, Basil maintaining that with about a 1 second lead over Sean.
Yeah, I think Basil is just maintaining the tires now. He's got, what, 34 seconds plus a lap to go. So, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he's got this one in the bag. But the battle still continues for fourth. Brett right back onto Peter's bumper, and right behind him is Ron Gous, and Wilro also catching up very quick now. Gous goes on the inside as they go down the main straight, side by side as they go into turn one. So who's gonna brake later? What's gonna happen here?
Now it seems Brett wanted that wider entry to get some speed out of the corner, which took him right up to the bumper of Ruan.
So he might dive on the inside and go for outbrake here. Nope, he's just not close enough. Wilro also now right in there, also starting to look for a way past, so it's definitely not over. They're still going 110%. Wilro might have a chance here to pass Brett if he can get it close enough to get the slip down the back straight. Then he might be able to make the pass.
Now, like you mentioned, those fast right-hand sweeps is just, and Wilro just had run it a little bit wide there on entry of that first right-hander.
That cost him.
Just up front, I think Basil is going to start his last lap.
Yeah, he's just started it. It's showing on my side. Leader on the final lap. He's just been maintaining that gap the whole time. Sean has no answers. I reckon these two guys, Sean is still pushing, but I think Basil has got this one in the bag for sure.
Now the battle for fourth is still more or less on. Brett is still trying to get closer to Ruan.
In these battles, indeed.
Peter Grover just have a little bit of breathing room while these two are fighting behind him.
I can assure you he's watching those mirrors very closely. So Basil going to go down the back straight now for one last time. Then it's just the two fast right-handers, a tight right and a fast left, and it's a checkered flag for him.
Now Brett attempted an inside sneak there, but I think Ruan just had a little bit of more power out of the corner and maintaining that just to stay up in front.
Yeah, he nicely held it. It was really, really close between the two.
As Basil goes into the last corner, well driven, with Sean in second place. And Dylan Versage coming around the last corner now in third. Peter Grobler in fourth. And then the battle that we had for fifth, Ruan and Brett Crowcomp, Wilro Dippenaar then 7th, James Leach Jr. 8th.
We brings it home in 9th. Followed by Valdu, Jason, Michael Rust. Jason actually being the main sponsor of the series, so thanks to him and for bringing his team SSRL into it. I think they're good 8 or 9 drivers, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually driving with us here today. Well, we're going to see if we can get Basil in here. Let's quickly pull him in. So yeah, Peter, we've got Basil now. Basil, good start from 3rd place, and then you kept the gap and you took it home to take victory.
Donkey.
Were you pushing hard to the end, or did you add Sean worry? Was Sean a bit worrying, or did you just maintain the gap?
No, I was on the limit there, guys. Limit.
Well, race 2 coming up. Again, you're going to be on the front row, Sean next to you. Have fun, and let's see if you can make it a double.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see if we can get Sean in here. I think we do have a bit of time. I can't see if Sean is in the chat actually, Peter.
Yeah, I don't see him there.
Oh, there he is. I found him. Let's get him in here. Mr. Lureru, how are you?
All right, and you?
Nice job there on 2nd place. You pushed hard, but you just couldn't close that gap.
Yeah, I don't know what happened that second corner. They just jumped me, and it just seemed like my car was loaded with rocks. But no, he's untouchable. But it was good. I was pushing hard towards the end.
Nice racing. It did seem at one stage that you were catching up, and then the gap just pulled up, and it stayed like that for the rest of the race.
Yeah, we were so equally matched. So he would make a mistake, I would gain, and then I'd make a mistake, and it would just be even the whole race. So it was good.
So let's see what happens. Race 2 is going to be a hell of a bit of the two of you on front row, and enjoy.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Thank you so much.
Shot man. Okay, so there you go, guys. Number 1 and 2 from race 1, and they will be at it, as they said, for the next one.
Yeah, great racing to follow. I think we're just going to a little bit of an ad break as we switch back into the server, and we will be right back with the 2nd race.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running.
Great, and we are back for the Division 1 second race at Phakisa. And what the first race we had. Melvin, what's your thoughts about the first race?
The first race was, I mean, it was that dice for fifth between Brett, Rowan, Peter Grobler at one stage, Wilred up another. That was just some great driving to see. I'm a bit worried. I'm checking Basil's ping and it is quite high, so I hope he gets that sorted before the race. Seems like it's dropping now. As both of them said in the interview, they will be pushing as hard as they can. So let's see what happens there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting. And like you say, if Basil can make the start a good one, and then keep his head, he might make it a double.
I'm just checking his ping now. He is slowly but surely dropping. So there it climbs up again. I hope this doesn't cause trouble on the starts. A jumping car on the start is not a good thing, that we all know. So we've got Basil on pole, we've got Sean on his right hand side. Dylan Visagi, Peter Grobler, Rowan Gous. Strangely, Brett has not joined in on this one. I wonder why. We're missing Brett Crowcamp.
I also don't see him on track.
So it seems like we might have lost Brett. That's a pity.
Oh, while we are waiting, I'm just going with looking at the guys. At pole position, we have Basil van Rijn, Sean Loureiro in second place, Dylan Visagi third, Peter Grobler had a great first race in fourth.
And Brett just joined in very late, but he's here at least. 30 seconds to go, so he's just made it in the nick of time.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Now this should be a really, really good race.
Now 10 seconds to go. And we are racing. Dylan is trying to sneak on the inside of Sean there. Sean gives him room.
Sean on the outside there. So Basil in the lead, Sean in second, Dylan in third. Peter fourth, Wilder has come up to fifth. Brett has fallen back to sixth. Tommy also getting good start, he's up in 8th position.
And just looking down the field, seems like everyone had safely through, and we're off racing.
Good clean start. Bit of nudges and smudges here and there, but no cars off track, so always to see a good start, especially with these guys.
Oh, great first opening. Yeah, I think if you can see there, Peter and Wilro having a dice. No, is it Wilro and Ruan?
It seems like that is my stuff doesn't want to change here. So Brett on the inside of Peter there then, so he's going to go for that move. Peter going for the undercut and he pulls it off again. Every time in that corner Peter catches him out and he takes back the position. He's back up into first place. This has allowed Volvo to pull away slightly, so Volvo will be pushing now to try and catch up with Sean and Dylan in front of him.
After the first lap, Basil van Rijn, Sean Herrera, Dylan Versage, Wilro Dippenaar, Pieter Grobler, and Brett Krokop. Top 6 guys.
It's more or less how they started the race itself, so not much has changed. Except Volvo has come, he's moved up, I think, 2 or 3 places.
As the guys are settling down to see where they're at, Wilro chasing down Dylan Versage now for 3rd place. And he's gaining there at the back straight.
He's definitely making it up, and so is Brett. You can see the sparks coming out there, so that car very, very low to the ground. Oh, and Sean is that Basil has gone off. I'm not quite sure. I just saw the tire smoke, and he's dropped all the way to 4th place now. So a little mistake by Basil then.
Yeah, as we saw in the first race, a little mistake can cost you, and that little hairpin is quite a tricky one, coming from the fast right-handers.
Yeah, I think the car was still unsettled, and he got on the brakes, and that made him go a little bit wide.
Pieter Grobler now putting pressure on Basil after the return from the off track back onto the track.
It might be that he lost his rhythm now. You know for yourself, to get back into that rhythm, it's not always easy.
Yes, totally agree there. At the back, Mike Rust and Blake Kruger is having a great dice as well.
Yeah, they're also quite on top of each other. Blake also a very fast driver. I can assure you, once he gets the polos dialed in, he will be someone to look out for.
Totally, yes.
He has been a previous league winner. He is super fast.
See Basil pulling all the stops to keep Peter behind him.
Peter is a wily old fox. He will see you make a mistake, and he will go for the position, and he'll wait it out. He won't do anything stupid, but he will give you a lot of pressure.
See the dice there for 12th place Blake, Michael Russ and Werner Hubert. So heating up nicely as well. Gonna jump to the front there because Wilro Dippenaar is now putting pressure on Dylan Versage, that's in 2nd place.
It's again a 2-car battle, Volvo and Dylan, and then right behind them is Peter and Basil still at it.
See Wilro try that faster, that tighter line there. They just couldn't get on the inside of Dylan there.
Ooh, running a bit wide.
Yeah, that gives Basil van Rijn now the opportunity to come closer.
And Peter is also going for the pass, so Dylan might lose 3 positions in one corner. So Basil wisely backing out there, not taking his teammate out. So these 4 are on top of each other now.
Now while that's happening, Sean Loreto got a nice 3-second lead now. And for battle for second place, heating up between Wilro, Basil, Peter Grobler, Dylan Versace and Brett also now right behind them.
Well, I'm just watching here now that Clinton beside now is actually from last place up to 9th, and he's making his way through the field pretty fast here. Ooh, big contact there.
Yeah, I think it was Clinton and probably Ruan.
Clinton and Rowan getting together there.
Werner Hubert and Blake Kruger now also dicing. Let's jump up front to that other battle between Basil, Peter, Dylan and Brett. He will road up now just edged about a second for that third place battle. And guys giving each other enough room there.
They are really pushing it. Very close dice.
Now Brett managed to pass Dylan there through that hairpin.
But Dylan not having a good race now, being outpaced race 1 where he had a really good run. He was up to 3rd place, and now it seems like either he's damaged his car or he's just struggling a bit.
And while we're speaking, Waldo Swiggers all of a sudden behind Brett there was in 6th place.
I was about to say the same thing. Look at Valdo out of nowhere. And Valdo going for a move. Does he pull it off? Yes, he passes Brett as well. Brett going for the undercut. This squall is a bit tricky. If you're side by side, you lose so much speed.
Now Waldo did good there to go past Brett there.
Yeah, he nailed the pass, and let's see if he now can catch up with Peter. Peter's still haunting Basil all the way. He's not letting him go. But Brett is coming back again. He might have it on the back straight if he can get into the slip. But this will also allow Dylan Versace, and they're side by side again.
Now Waldo just parked it enough to defend, but now going through the second right-hand one, managed to just keep them at bay for now. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Brett Crocombe won't leave you hanging there. He will look for opportunities and force you into a mistake and just take it from
Just
you.
take the position. I'm just going at the back. Dani van Rooyen must have had an off. He's at the back in 19th place. I can assure you he's not going to be happy with that. Jason Nell in 18th, all on his own. Jandre Dippenaar currently in 17th. Clinton Besaiden out after that off has fallen back to 16th, but he's just passed Herman for 15th. Lucas Mainkies in 14th. Werner Hubert in 13th. Michael Rust in 12th. That little battle as they started to pull gaps down on each other. Blake Creer in front of Michael putting away ever so slightly, and then Johan Niemann in 10th. Then we have Rohan Gous in 9th. Tommy Leary in 8th, but he's also now catching up with Dylan and Brett. So this might turn into another three-way battle. Waldo then slowly pulling away and starting to catch Peter Grobler.
I saw Tommy just going about a bit on those curbs, unsettling the car, and they had to probably lift a little bit and then get back up to speed.
Yeah, that has cost him some time for sure. So Dylan makes a pass on Brett now.
Yeah, so
And
Dylan is quite good on braking late. I saw him on a previous lap, turn 1. He's very late on the brake and get a good turn into the corners.
Oh, I missed this one. I just saw now that Valdo is actually past Wilro Dippenaar for 4th place. So Valdo up into 4th, Peter in 3rd, and Basil in 2nd now.
Yeah, as I say, there's so much action on the track, you can't keep up. Now you get this 2-car battles, and like I say, they're all over.
Oh, everywhere there's something going on, so it's quite tricky to. I'm falling all over the place, and I just can't find one not to watch.
Just gonna jump quickly back to John Dippenaar. Also putting pressure on the Herman Nieuwoud there for 15th place. But back up front, Wilro is trying to keep Valdo is trying to keep Wilro at bay. But like I say, just behind them, Brett and Dylan having a great battle for 6th place.
The guys are definitely. You can see Peter falling back from Basil now, but Basil's slowly getting back into the rhythm, but Sean is long gone. I mean, Sean at this stage is. I'm not
looks like
quite
he's
sure how
7
far ahead he
seconds.
is actually.
Yeah, about 7 seconds up the road already. And with only 3 minutes to go.
So something happened there to Michael Rust. He was having a good run, but he's fallen back to 18th place. Not quite sure what happened there.
Wilro still looking for opportunity to get past Waldo. Got a great drive out of that corner on the back straight. Now next to him. Oh, no, it's not the back straight yet.
As you said, Valdo not the easiest person to pass, but Valdo, a very talented driver in real life as well, and they're side by side for what, 2-3 corners now.
Yes. Yeah, Valdo made it possible to get past just before they enter the back straight. And behind them, Brett and Dylan Versaghi also door to door.
Side by side. I wonder how many times they've actually changed positions now in this race. I've lost count.
Yeah, like I said, the action happened so quickly, and it's amazing how these guys are racing. Great job, guys.
2 minutes to go. Sean definitely having this one in the bag. Basil in a lonely second now, pulling away from Peter, so it might be that he got his rhythm back or his tyres has lasted a bit longer.
Yeah, Waldo also not letting Wilro get away. He's still keeping within half a second.
He's right there behind him, and it's like Dylan might be catching up to them ever so slightly. I might be mistaken here.
Yeah, as soon as 2 cars are battling up front, you normally get that slight, lap times going a little bit down, which
Yes.
gives the other guy behind a little bit of opportunity to go get closer.
Well, I'm actually watching Valro's Delta, and he's right on his quickest lap time is about 100th off. So he is still pushing. The lap times are still coming in very, very quick.
Dylan Versaghi went a little bit wide there on entry off before the back straight, which make Brett gets right up to this bumper.
Yeah, Brett is going to try and go for a move there. Can't quite put it. It seems like he's struggling with this right-hander. And that's where they seem to catch him out every time.
Yes. Now going down the main straight in turn 1, you know, what I've seen with Dylan with it being able to brake late. I think, yeah, Brett will have to look at some other opportunity further down the lap.
Dylan is one of the late breakers. He breaks really, really late.
Now Sean up front in first place with 2 laps to go. 8 seconds up the road from Basil van Rijn, Pieter Grobler and then Wilro. Still yeah, getting closer now to Pieter Grobler.
Laps left, and I think Peter has burned out his tires. Always running low on fuel, but he's about half a second off his normal pace, whereas Wilro again is right on his quickest lap. So I'm not sure if Peter's tires are gone, but you can see Wilro is catching up very, very quick, and Peter is going to have his hands full to keep him behind him.
I'm just keeping my eye also on Clinton Besaidenout there and Werner Hubert switching places.
I'm going to check out this battle, and if I see anything, I will definitely be shouting. So Sean then on the final lap, and as the rest of the field comes through, Wilro now right on the tail of Pieter Grobler going into turn 1. And they literally bumper to bumper.
Now Pieter defending that inside line. And
He is making that POLO really wide. Wilro getting the better run out of there. Will he be able to make a pass? And all of this is allowing Waldo to come right up to them. So it's a 3-car battle.
yeah,
Bit
that
of
was third
argy-bargy
place.
going on there.
I'm just
And there's contact between nicely held there by both drivers. But this allowed Peter to pull away. So will Waldo take the position? No, he's going to let Waldo go.
We're also now got the inside line there. But behind them, the battle for that 6th place still between Dylan and Brett is also heating up quite nicely, and Brett now on the inside of Dylan.
Side by side going down the back straight again. They're not budging. Brett has got the inside, and Dylan shuts the door.
Yes.
Dylan shuts the door on him, so he's not going to give that position up.
Now but that's Sean Herrera first place. Basil going around the last corner in 2nd. Pieter Grobler well driven in 3rd. Wilro 4th. Waldo 5th. Dylan 6. Brett 7.
That was a close finish. They were basically side by side there.
Now Tommy Leary Moss 8th place. Good drive. Ruan Gous 9. Blake Kruger 10. Ja, niemand had a quiet race up in 11th place. And Lucas Mainkies, Clinton Besaidenout, Herman Nieuwoud, Werner Hubert, Jandre Dippenaar, Jason Nell and Michael Rust and Dani van Rooyen. Wow. As soon as it started, and they say, like you say, when you're having fun, times fly.
That's for sure. Let's see if we can get Sean in here. This one, Let's see if we can get Mr. Loureiro in here. Well done, Sean. This time you took the win.
Yeah, no, that was just unfortunately he put his tire on the sand there, and that curb just takes you out. And I got by, and I just kept my head down.
Yeah, it was actually behind you. If you go look at the stream later on, they were dicing like hell at the back. So you had it. You had a very comfortable position from where you were.
That's exactly what I wanted. They just needed to fight, and I needed to run.
It helped, and well done I think you guys will be, depending on the fastest lap, you guys might be on tie for the championship, but that will see you with a little bit of weight next week, which will turn the car upside down.
It should be interesting. You know, at least it'll keep that rear a bit more planted. Should be fun. But not
But
too
hope
bad.
you-
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you still haven't lost the touch, Jerry. Nice to see you back, and great drive, great drive.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Well, there you have it, Peter. Yeah, the interesting thing is now I haven't got the weights in front of me, but the top 10 will all have weights starting from 75 kilograms down to 9 kilograms for 10th. And that is going to make a huge, huge difference on how the cars handle, where they can brake. So yeah, it should open up the championship completely.
Oh, totally. As you mentioned, that now the midfield runners are now going to use the opportunity, you know, especially the guys who hasn't got any weight, and to get some points on the board. But like you say, as soon as that happens, you know, you get some weight added, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes.
I think the championship, well, next week we've actually got, I said next week now, but actually next week we've got the V8 Masters, which is rear-wheel drive Mustangs, which is also going to be a hell of a lot of fun to drive and to watch, because they like going sideways.
Now that's quite an interesting car to drive. I might decide to actually do that series, and so we will see how we move forward with that. But like you say, yeah, in 2 weeks' time we're going to have the Polo, the super Polo, as I call it, yeah, at Aldo Scrabante.
That should be tricky, very tight and twisty track. It should suit the Polo very well, so I think it's going to be fun.
Well, what can I say? I mean, this opening round of this series just showed us that there is a lot of action, and like you say, the guys will probably need to work on discipline to keep it on track. As we've seen, a slight mistake can cost you 5-6 positions, and it's very difficult to come back from those positions after a safe return.
It's going to be all about doing a clean run, especially with the second race grid being according to your first race results. You're going to have to try and finish high up and carry that pace for the whole weekend, so to speak. Right from practice through to qualifying your races both. So it's going to be a demanding series, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I must also say, you know, hats off to the organizers and the guys behind the scenes as well, you know, putting these things, all the things together. And you know, great thumbs up for the SRAC team for doing all this. And yeah, job well done, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Peter Grobler must get a special thank you. I mean, he's been working his butt off. Actually redesigning the tracks to put 48 cars on tracks so that all the guys can practice together. Yeah, so well done, team, for that.
Great, yeah, and like we say, in 2 weeks' time, the Polo will be at Aldo Scrabante. Next week, the other series of the V8 Masters will kick off. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, what a great racing.
Definitely. Thanks for joining, Peter, and thanks for the stream again. And yeah, we'll chat afterwards.
Great, yeah, thank you, Melvin, for assisting me in the commentating booth. And also Tommy Leary Moss for helping me in the Division 2 races. Yeah, I think we can grow from here, and this is going to be a very successful series, and as also the V8 Masters coming up. So yeah, from myself, Peter Gelnes, and Melvin goes on the other side. I hope everyone will stay safe and stay healthy until we catch you again on the flip side.
Cheers, guys.